Hey hoodies, welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. Please come on in and like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed.
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the Hood Table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second, but it's HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back until you say truck again. Yeah, welcome to the Hood Table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the Hood Table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what up, everybody? Once again, welcome to the Hood Table. So I'm a hoodies. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the Hood Table, please, and thank you very kindly. And let me just make sure shared it everywhere. All right. Now, this evening, we are going to be discussing the last episode, not the last episode of the season, but the most recent episode of Queen Sugar. So for all my Queen Sugar fans, if you have been caught up and you've been checking the show out, make sure that you let me know what you thought about the episode, the different storylines, the different characters. You know what I'm saying? All my Queen Sugar fans, we are now on season 5, episode 9, and it was called In Summertime to Simply Be. Hey Edward, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. All right, y'all. Let's see. We got basically 3 main storylines that we're going to be discussing tonight. The first storyline that we're going to be discussing, Charlie. Shall we do Charlie? Yeah, we'll do Charlie. We'll leave the more tenser discussions for the end of the show. There's a lot we gotta discuss when it comes to Queen Sugar. First thing first, Charlie and Davis. One thing I like to say off the rip is for a family such as theirs, you know, if you've been watching this show for 5 seasons, you know that this family is really close. They are really close knit. They know almost everything about each other. And for them to be that doggone close, how the heck didn't they realize that Charlie looked like she done just rose from the dead? Like Charlie been dealing with the Rona for like a week now, and she hasn't been answering their phone calls. She ain't been answering their text messages. And then as soon as they hit her up and say they got a family Zoom meeting, she all of a sudden able to jump up on the Zoom, but looking just still as sick as I don't know what, you know, not as bad as she was when David first found her dang near passed out on the couch, but she was even stifling some coughs on the Zoom meeting, and nobody said anything. Nobody asked her where you been, how you been, why you ain't been responding to our messages, nothing like that. They just overlooked that she been, you know, dissing them for like a week or so. But anyway, I know it was more about Blue. You know, the Zoom meeting was mostly focusing on Blue and him, you know, his decision, their family decision, I should say, about that school, which I do not remember the name of, but that's neither here nor there, the name of the school. But still, I thought they would have noticed something like, Charlie, what's up? What's been going? Big sis, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Charlie, she still does not want anybody to know that she is sick or was sick, because even though she's feeling a lot better, she's still, you know, you're supposed to be quarantined for 2 weeks. So she still could be having a COVID right now. And then you know how it is, even after the 2 weeks, sometimes the doctor be like, okay, it's still going to, you know, when they test you, it's still going to say you have it because you had it. You know, even if they send you back to work, if you're not showing a whole bunch of the symptoms, you know what I mean? But anywho, I ain't had it yet, thank God. I hope I don't have it. But anywho, We all know somebody that had it. But on top of that, as far as her not knowing, not wanting people to know, it was like at first, okay, I get it. I understand. Because she seemed like she just didn't want her family and friends to worry about her. Because if you know anybody who's had it and had the severe side effects, they usually in no shape or form to be able to be on social media all the time, checking their text messages all the time, their voicemails, let alone talk on the phone. They mainly have to use the majority of their strength to like breathe, roll over, get up, go to the bathroom, eat, drink, basically stay alive. Like all their energy be gone. So that takes a lot out of them. So people don't usually be trying to get on the phone. So that's what I know for a fact from a lot of people who didn't have the COVID. They might post on Facebook, okay, you guys, I have the COVID. Just pray for me. No phone calls. I'm not taking no phone calls because they got to use like all their energy, to try to get better. So I'm thinking, okay, that's probably why she don't want them to know. But then in this case, it seems like it's coming down to her not wanting people to know because of maybe the stigma. Like for one, everyone who catches COVID is often looked at as if they were all just running outside, with a jar trying to catch the doggone virus. Now, while there are some people or were some people who might have been out there a lot during the pandemic, not trying to stay at home because they just didn't want to stay at home, when they could have. A lot of those people did catch it, and a lot of people didn't catch it. So it's kind of like, most diseases, sometimes you can take all your precautions and still catch it or not catch it. But in this, sometimes it's like with this COVID, okay, remember how they used to treat people with AIDS or HIV when the pandemic first hit back in the 80s, the 90s? Man, didn't nobody want to be near them. Didn't nobody want to sit on a toilet that they might have. Don't you dare drink out of a cup. Don't want to share no secret. A lot of people with COVID has been treated that badly, even though it's like the flu and not something as bad as the HI to the V. But a lot of people don't want people to know. I didn't know. I didn't saw people or met people who had it, and they be like, "Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody," as if it's okay. But y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. But to me, if I had it, I would at least tell my family and friends. And I think that she should have too. I think she was being selfish. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I think that she's been selfish. Her son is out of town. He's in Minnesota. He's, out there protesting and everything. She could have very well have died while her son is out there protesting. And it's so instead of being like closer to home, Micah, he miles away. It was for a good cause that he's there. But to me, she was still being selfish. The love of mother is always a better cause. Me, I would have preferred to be home with my mom than out there protesting, trying to help take care of her. But besides all that, how do y'all feel about Charlie and Davis? Do you suspect that in being pampered and tended to by Davis, that those old flames were stirring up in the inside of Charlie? Let me know. Let me know. With Davis, I can't tell so much. It's as if he really truly still cares about her and her well-being. But I didn't sense like some things was being rekindled with him. I got more of a sense of like not romantic gestures, but maybe like he's the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, just trying to be there for you vibes, and then it's the back home I go. That's what I was getting from him. He loves her, he cares for her. That's the mother of his son. So that's what I was getting from him. But from Charlie, it seemed like she was reading way more into that. So I don't know. Do y'all think they might have been feeling the same way about each other? Especially in the last scenes when he was about to get up out of there. If he does feel that strongly about her, he's hiding it very well. Because I couldn't tell. He's probably hiding some deep feelings for her, that he didn't want to let off, because they went from a very, very good relationship to a very rocky, public, tragic breakup. I'll just put it that way. He like totally embarrassed her publicly and everything. So I don't know. Y'all let me know. But I got a feeling that Charlie, something was stirring up inside of her. Like, dang, he's a good man. He's still a good man. Yeah, he cheated on me. He had kids on the side and whoop, whoop, whoop. But he still loves me enough to take care of me for a whole week. That man was not about to leave if Charlie told him not to. He would have just stayed right there. He said he would. Every time she tried to thank him for being there, thank you, I appreciate it. You didn't have to. I'm sorry you had to stay this long. He was like, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Where else would I be? Where else would I be? I mean, that was the love of his life. That was the love of his life. So he reassured her before he left that it was never an inconvenience to be there for her, that it was no place else he'd ever be if she ever needed him. She just stood there like a deer in headlights, like she just didn't know what to do. She was stuttering. Mm-hmm. She know that man still love her. And side note, the best gift you can give a woman is the ability to be vulnerable without being seen as being weak. At least that's what I've heard. Have y'all heard that before? I heard that for the first time earlier today. I thought it was good enough to throw into this review. So yeah, but it sounds good. It sounds good. But anyway, again, let me know how y'all feel about Charlie and Davis. If y'all think there's a chance for them, even a slight chance that they might get back together again. Now, moving right along. What did I say? Right along. You know the movie, Right Along. Moving right along. Ralph Angel, Darla, Blue, and Vi. Okay. Whew. I already know what most of y'all are thinking about this storyline. But first, I have to say that Aunt Vi, she played it off so well. When she heard on the Zoom meeting that Blue was taking that scholarship, I was like, dang, Aunt Vi really chill. She really chill on this Zoom. She was just literally cursing out Blue's grandma like the other day. Then she told Hollywood that Blue ain't going nowhere over her dead body. So to see her sitting there on the Zoom, smiling from ear to ear, as if saying in her mind, maybe this is a great opportunity for Blue. Only to turn around later on and call up Ralph Angel to give him a piece. Not a piece, but every piece of her doggone mind. I was like, Vi was going in, y'all. She was cutting deep too with those insults, wasn't she? She was not giving Ralph Angel no chance. I was like, hold up now, Vi, hold up. We understand where you coming from. I mean, I have to give it up to Ra, though, because I know he wanted to straight cuss her the hell out. And he did say a few cuss words, but nothing as harsh as she was saying to him. Vi was totally out of line, if I might say so myself. Like on everything. Vi, she was like, way out of pocket, telling Ralph Angel that he's about to screw up his own son's life. Like he hasn't been through enough with him and Darla shit. That's what she said. Then she dared him to hang up on her. Y'all, Ra, he was trying so hard not to disrespect his auntie. And despite him having every right to tell her that Blue is not her son, when he told her that she's actually not anyone's biological mother, I have to admit, that stung for me. I was like, oh my God. Like, she was telling him a lot of harsh things. She was being very critical. But when he said that to her, I know that hurt her. I know that hurt her down to her soul, down to her core. But she's one of those aunties, you know, them old aunties, old folks, they set in their ways. They don't want to take no for an answer. Whatever they say is law, whether they auntie or mama. But again, I understand why she feels so strongly about this situation. She has been a mother figure to Blue. You know, she was for some years when Ra, you know, he was away locked up. Darla, she was away, strung out, drunk, high, just out there doing whatever. But she ain't the mama. Not the mama. Vi, you ain't the mama. She stood in the gap while Ra, and Darla couldn't be there for Blue. But the final and most important decisions regarding Blue is up to Ra and Darla. So regardless, when she found out that Ra had basically given Blue his blessings to move, she just knew that she had every right to demand that he stay put. And I bet she also just knew that she would get her way. Not this time, on Vi. Not today. Rob put his foot down. He was like, not today. You gonna learn today, on Vi. But yeah, after she exploded on Rob, I don't see how their relationship could ever be the same. I really don't. I mean, have you ever got into it with like your auntie or uncle real bad? And then like you move past it, but it's still not ever like really the same. So I don't know. And the thing before that, I was like really disgusted with how Darla's mother went about the whole situation. Like she didn't even ask Darla or Rob's permission before applying to that school on Blue's behalf, then making it seem as if he was not only accepted because of his brains, if it wasn't for like the school needing minorities there, he probably would not have ever been accepted. I don't know. I don't think so. Because like Nova said, she said that Blue was about to be one of their little token little black kids from a poor rural farm town. And that he was selected. That was like one of the main reasons. Like they said, he had to have 2 check boxes, not just brains, like some of the white people, some of the smart people, some of the wealthier people going to the school. Not just that check mark for having good grades and being brilliant and high, IQ, but he was a little black kid from a poor rural farm town, selected to attend a prestigious school on a full ride scholarship. So let me know how you guys feel about Blue leaving his parents to go over 1,000 miles away to live with his grandma to attend that school. Now, it's obvious that Ra, he doesn't want to stand in the way of possibly, preventing Blue from being much more than just a farmer. But to me, Darla, she still didn't seem too convinced. She didn't seem like, she was rallying for this decision. Like, I think, with Ra being like the head of the house, the man of the house, and being that he has been there way more than Blue, I don't know. I just feel like Darla doesn't want him to leave. Like, she was just sitting there like, yeah, kind of like how Aunt Vi was when she was faking the funk on that Zoom. But the reason why I think Darla really doesn't want him to go is not just because he's going to be far away, not only because he's going to be 1,000 miles away from home, but he'll also be living with her mother, the mother who she never really had a close relationship with, the mother who abandoned her when she was out there in the world addicted to drugs and alcohol. So, I'm just saying, for me, it appears that as if Darla's mother is either doing this because she thinks that Ra or Darla cannot ensure Blue a successful future. Either that, or she might be trying to relive like her life, like and trying to make up for some things that she done wrong when raising Darla. Like maybe she sees this as a way to somehow make it right where she went wrong with Darla by placing Blue where she believes he can be most successful. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Me personally, if it was my child, I would never allow any child of mine to move that far away at such a young age. High school, maybe, but definitely not grade school, and not with a mother who didn't give 2 shits about me when I was younger. But that's just me. Then to top it all, most of those type of schools, like they hardly show you any kind of real care, any kind of real kindness, especially the type of affection a sensitive kid like Blue needs. And let's not forget that no matter where a smart young man, black man attends school, he is still black. So while somebody might be up there schooling Blue and making sure he gets smarter, who exactly will be protecting Blue and making sure he gets all the love he needs while he's up there? Will Darla's mother be able to do that? Mm, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, of course, Nova, Calvin, and Andre Nixon. So, finally. First, let me say this. Was it just me? Or did y'all feel some type of way? Did y'all feel something was about to change between Nova and Calvin when that picture fell and broke? When that picture hit the ground and Nova was trying to pick up that picture and then old girl gave her a call? Now, you know, some people who like are superstitious, not me, but some people believe that when a picture falls off the wall, it means that somebody's going to die. So in this case, could it have possibly been like a symbolism of the death of Nova and Calvin's relationship? I don't know, but the shit is definitely about to hit the fan. Man, when Julianne Baptiste responded to Nova, we know for a fact that Nova had no idea what she was about to be faced with. And not just faced with meeting the young black man who was subject to a brutal, unjustified beating at the hands of racist police that left him confined to a wheelchair, but also faced with the reality that her man has been lying to her all this time. Could you believe it? Did you expect that? I didn't. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. But to say the least, this is really going to put Nova in a tight spot with Calvin. Nova asked him point blank, period, if he had ever been part of police brutality, and he lied to her. He lied to her face and said no. And well, in actuality, he didn't say no. What he said was, as a rookie, he had witnessed his fellow men in blue relentlessly beat on a young black man, to which he just stood by and just watched. But come to find out, Calvin actually played a major role in the beating. It's because of the last blows at the hand of Calvin that Andre, who was a sophomore in college, he was like a sports star, he's now paralyzed. He is confined to a wheelchair. And this was all over a stolen candy bar. Then, on top of that, per Miss Baptiste, the cops, including Calvin, who beat him, were known to do that to like a lot of black people all throughout the Ninth Ward. The cops were known for, being able to inflict pain on their victims in just the right areas of their body as to not leave any trace that, anything happened. Basically, they were hitting them, they were inflicting pain somewhere where it didn't really leave a lot of bruising. So had it not been for Andre emailing her or Miss Baptiste getting back to her, Nova would have probably never found out the truth that her white ex-cop of a boyfriend could do something like that. So now, because of this new discovery, how do you feel? Like, where do you see Nova and Calvin's relationship going now? How do you think this will play out between Nova and Calvin? Do you think Nova will break up with him? Do you think she will break up with him with an explanation, without an explanation? Like, he already told her he witnessed it, but didn't do anything because he was a rookie on the force. So now that she knows the truth, what the hell can he really say in his defense? Or do you think that it'll be one of those situations where Nova might possibly forgive him because he was very young at the time and maybe not brave enough to stand up to those cops? I can't see that. Even if he tries to use that for excuse, I can't see that because the way that Andre sat there and told his story, sitting in that wheelchair, he said he never will forget Calvin's face because Calvin was the last one to give him them blows that broke his back. He said he will never. Now, I had seen somewhere on a blog where somebody had said something like, do you think after tearing her entire family apart and then having them all forgive her, after Nova wrote that book and put a lot of their private information, their tea out in the public, like after she did all that, her family was able to forgive her? So somebody had questioned, do you think because of her family being able to forgive her for something like that that she did, that she might find it in her heart to forgive Calvin? Maybe give him, like, saying he deserves a chance to be forgiven like she was. I was like, hold up now. This is apples and oranges. This is apples and oranges, apples and bananas. I mean, this is so totally like, I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see it. As much as Nova is an activist for black rights, and she has a whole white boyfriend who they've been talking about to each other about their future, about getting married, things like that. And then to come to find out that he played a major role in that boy being paralyzed. I don't see how she forget him. I don't. And then what about his daughter? Let's not forget his daughter. Remember how she reacted when she found out about the news that he just sat by, allegedly, per him, which we know is a lie now. But he told his daughter that he sat by and he was young. I was a rookie, And she was disgusted. She was ashamed that he had stood by. So I wonder how she would react finding out this information that he lied to her, not just to Nova, but he lied to his own daughter. So I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Oh, and one more thing. You know how I've been saying that Nova, regardless of the COVID, had looked like she picked up a lot of weight. This last episode, she had somebody pull out her treadmill from storage to put it in her living room so that she could start working out again. So, I don't know. Is it only me that's getting pregnancy tease from Nova? Because every time I see her, every single episode, I'd be like, wow, Nova was a whole lot smaller. Like a whole lot smaller. I don't know. What do you think would happen if she turned out to be pregnant by Calvin? Like, have you ever thought about that? I have. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And everybody coming into this video after the video is over, make sure you comment in the comment section your thoughts on this TV show episode, the different characters, the different storylines, some of the questions that I asked. If you feel like, responding to them, feel free to do so in the comment section. And again, don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. And stay safe, be blessed, always remain vigilant, and don't forget to keep it hood. Bye.